Putter review time. So we're going to review two companies because they're very similar in the way that they make the golf club. If you look at different ways they're made, much like an iron, you get forged, you get cast, but some have inserts, some don't. My favorite is a 100% milled putter. And both these companies that I carry do that. My first one I've had the longest is Piretti, right? Piretti putters. That'd be these guys right there. Whoop, let's do it this way. Piretti putters. Okay. This is the Cottonwood. All right. Get it close in there. And you saw that from before. Had a huge amount of success with Henrik Stenson when he was using it just before going to Callaway. These guys are in Texas. It's a 100% milled, meaning from here to here is one block of steel. So it's got to be at least this wide. There you go, about that wide. It's got to be at least that long, and it's got to be about that deep in order to carve everything you want out of it. It's also got a pretty cool milled face, if you can get in there and see some of that. Maybe there you go. How about that? A milled face. And it's got a nice kind of a gunmetal, dark gunmetal gray finish. I really like the finish on this putter. I don't like it being real shiny. All right, they're being out of Texas. Henrik Stenson had some good success with them, and these guys are starting to get quite a bit of a following. And if you want something custom or something with a say a different type of metal, every once in a while they'll do where you can get a German stainless steel. You can get I don't know if they've done Damascus or not, but it kind of give you the feel that you want. The reason why I went with these guys initially was because they were the first group that was doing heavier style putters. If you look here, this is 365, and the 365 was unheard of because they were around 320, 340, and I just like the heavier putters. And traditionally, when you have a heavier putter, you do better on faster greens. So I went with that, and they had a sundry different styles. All right, they had not only this particular kind here, but they had the true heel shafted. They had a square one, and they just look super cool. And they all have a not super soft feel, but like a crisp soft feel is the way I would describe it. They also have their head covers. All right, are some super really cool head covers. All right, this is a typical one there, and they have a bunch of different style grips. Your typical, softer grip. Plus they use an ionic rubber grip, multiple different colors. So you're not just stuck with the typical black or the typical white. They have yellow and blue and red, so you can kind of mix and match what it is that you're looking for. If you're looking around and you're looking for a solid milled piece, certainly somebody to check out. Okay, Bettinardi. Bettinardi was out of Chicago. They do the same thing. They mill their putters from a single block of steel, and they have a long history in the golfing community. You've seen some stuff with Mizuno labels on it. You've seen them as a single by themselves, and they're right back to by themselves. They set themselves apart with their honeycomb type face. You see that? That face maneuver. And what he figured at is when you do these, when you mill a putter, typically the milling piece goes like this, and it cuts that face this way. He thought, well, maybe it would be better if he would just do like this, and that's what mills that face flat this way. Bettinardi not only mills putters, but they do other precision required parts. I believe the medical facility is one of them, maybe the aircraft industry, and they go to a certain QA standard, and that QA standard bleeds over into the putter making. So whatever their spec that they've come up to, you can bet that it's within a super tight tolerance in order to produce these particular putters. Now, one of them that I've liked I just have this one. This one's a Queen Bee. I like it because if you can see, it's got a kind of like a fire branded type of finish. And the cool part about that is that if you ever wanted to have an individualized putter, this is kind of the way to go, because each one of these finishes always, it doesn't finish the same. Some of the hot marks might be in here or in here, but each one of them's a little bit different. So you could set these things right next to one another and they'll all look a little different, almost like that paint that changes color. Well, kind of along this line. The other part of it is, you see how wide this sole is? I really like a wide sole because it gives you a very wide sight line. And you know, you can just see that every edge is smooth. There's no bores or burrs, I mean. And it's got he styles it up with the Bettinardi on the inside. If you can see some of it right there. There you go. So the Queen Bee. Now, all the Bettinardi putters come with the lambkin etched grip. Okay, lambkin etched grip. Not a big fan of the lambkin edge grip. It feels good. Lambkin has always had the right shape of putter grips. They've never really missed on that, and that was a good idea going to there. But you know, for a 100% milled putter grip, I'd like to see a little bit nicer grip. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a nice grip. I just think that if we're going to put the Bettinardi name and do all that awesome milling on it, that we might just look at a different grip. The other part is they do extraordinarily awesome in the putter cover. And you know, again, big milled in the USA. I love that part of it. This is the Kuchar head cover. It goes with the Kuchar. Now, the other thing that Bettinardi's been known for is the arm lock putter, where you get that, you hold it here and it locks against your arm and you putt well. Now, Matt's been experiencing some success on the tour with it, and if it's something that you think you might like, find a Bettinardi guy and have them show you an arm lock putter. Okay, you go to you'll see some of these in stores, but the best ones are found in the custom fit shops, where they can work with you to just adapt that particular putter to your particular stroke, just like we talked about, you know, the right length, the right lie, the right loft, and maybe we need to adjust this, put a couple wraps underneath of it and make it bigger, and so that you're walking out with a true putting weapon. So also, this one has approximately the same feel. This one might be just a little bit more crisp than the one from the Piretti, but he has got, in other models, he's called what's called a feel face, and he's put a few more lines in here, and it has softened up the face, and it provides an excellent feel. There's several different models: the BB, the Kuchar, the Queen Bee, the Innove, and we've had a lot of success with the Innove. That's the milled mallet style putter. Doing very well with that one. All right, so if you're interested in having a very, very good, very high quality putter, you can't go wrong with either one, Bettinardi or Piretti. Look them up on the Piretti.com or BettinardiGolf.com and check them out and see. The only, you know, I could sit up there and putt and tell you how great and soft this feels, but in reality, you just need to see it, experience it, and see what you can see what you feel from there, because your feel is different than my feel. I'd like to show you me putting to making all kinds of putts, but in reality, it's the manufacturer. Then you get it, and for what it is that you want, you get fit to the specific parameters for the putter, and then we make sure you got the right style for you. And then that way you're walking away with something that, you know, you might spend a lot of money on, but now we know that it's going to work. All right, if you enjoyed this, you know, this review, and you enjoyed learning about putters, please like the video. If you want to learn more about the reviews that I'm going to do, because I've got a few more putters to review, subscribe. That way you'll find out when we start putting them out. Remember, Make sure you get all the parameters for a putter fit to you specifically. You're going to spend a lot of money on this stuff, so why don't you just get the right one the first time? Don't be beating your head across the putting floor and just go, oh, this one works. And then that way, when you're walking out of here, you got something that works for you. All right. So that was my two putters we reviewed for today. We're going to do a few more with the other manufacturers that I have. And if you liked it, please like the video below. If you want to learn more about the reviews, subscribe. That way you'll know that they're coming out. And either way, when you get the right putter underneath of you, we'll see your scores going low. There we go. We think. Putt, 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 putt.